This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace. Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your hosts. I'm Alexis.
I'm Grace.
And today, Grace brings us her final episode of Gravity Falls, which is crazy to say out loud because we've only been talking about this show for what seems like a few days, and I don't want to stop. But but today you will unfortunately stop your half of the episode.
But the episodes shan't be over. Alexis will have two more, which is why I'm doing two in a row, which we usually don't do because hers is a two-parter. So we decided to not make you have to wait a week in between, but instead do it all together.
We only do week-long cliffhangers here.
Yes,
no
exactly.
2-week funny business.
No filler episodes, you know?
Nah. But yes, we thought that ending it on the two-parter that I will be doing would be a good way to like end this overall Gravity Falls arc. It'll answer a lot of unexplained questions and plot lines that we've been pondering over these past 6 weeks so far.
Yes.
And I don't know, we decided it'd be a fun way to wrap it up. Just like the show was quite a mystery that wrapped up with a nice tying all the ends of the ends. We'll do the same thing here. So yeah,
exactly.
But otherwise, Grace, take it away.
I sure will. We're going to start off strong because we start off at a diner in town, the Greasy Diner, which we haven't been to before, with a character who is recurring, but we haven't met yet, at least in any of the episodes I've seen so far. Is this woman named Lazy Susan. She is a waitress or maybe the owner of the diner. She's got like really big gray hair, a la, the bigger the hair, or the closer to God situation happening.
She's got full of secrets.
It's full of secrets. Lazy Susan, her hair's so big, it's full of secrets.
Full of secrets.
She's got long red nails. She's got one eye that's always closed, which is why I think they call her Lazy Susan.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Yes, but the most important aspect of Lazy Susan is her voice actor, which is a big hitter, a big, huge hitter in our hearts, our minds, our America's sweetheart, if you will, in my mind, Jennifer Coolidge.
No, that's who voices her?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It's like America's sweetheart. The only America's sweetheart I know of is Jennifer Coolidge, and it certainly isn't her.
Yes.
Wait, that's awesome. I love it. Oh,
and she's a recurring character too, that they just called Jen in every now and then.
That's funny. So I've seen her in like the background, but I guess I haven't like cued in on her voice or like what it sounds like.
Or she had enough lines.
I love it. We love it. Wow, the voice cast just keeps getting better and better.
Again, also like another actress who like does not need to change their voice ever.
No.
They like
which makes me sad that
cast.
I didn't clock that, but I guess maybe I'll listen closer. I'll listen closer.
Nice, she changes like a tad, maybe like a pitch higher than her usual kind of deeper voice, but like it's
the same.
Undoubtedly her. Yeah.
Nice. Love it. Good for her. Man.
Yeah. And more iconic of what she's up to is that she's in this diner shooing possums out of it. She's got a possum infestation.
Nice.
She's just whacking them out there with her broom. And who else does she whack out of from underneath one of the tables but a possum of a man, someone who we've met in an episode already, Old Man McGucket.
Yeah, okay. My fave.
Yep, and
that's my boy right there.
We met him in your episode of the Gobblewonker, if I recall the name of the monster correctly.
Yes, you do.
And he's our boy, he's our man, and we'll get back to him in a little bit here. Yes. We're staying with Susan right now. Cool. So as Susan leaves the diner for the evening, she's left out a pie on the windowsill to cool. And as she locks the doors and walks in front of the diner, who do we see there? There's a lot of callbacks in the start of this episode. Trying to steal it, not McGucket. Our other friends from an early episode in the season, Jeff the gnome and his gnomies.
His gnomies.
I don't know how we missed that the whole first episode.
Gnomies roll out. Yeah.
Gnomies get this pie.
Yeah.
I wish it was that innocent as Nomi's roll out. Instead, Jeff is glaring at the other Nomis, commanding them to steal the pie or else, quote, I will resort to cannibalism, unquote.
Oh, wow.
Jeff,
Okay. And take his threats seriously. When Jeff says something
we've
like
seen.
that, Jeff means it.
Yeah, Jeff means business,
Yeah.
cannibalismness. And Susan sees all of this, sees these magical little men, and freaks the fuck out, which did confuse me for a second because all of our episodes so far we've been with the Pines and co, who
Yeah.
are used to the magical things and like mysterious things in Gravity Falls. But then I remembered most people in this town are not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
like,
Yeah, they think it's gimmicky.
yeah, they think it's gimmicky and just like like a tourist thing for
Yeah.
quote unquote cryptids and that kind of stuff and quote unquote
Ooh.
magical creatures. But in
Yeah.
this moment, I remembered that they're not used to actually
Oh, yeah.
seeing them in any way, shape,
Yeah.
or form, like live in front of them. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Susan is like seeing these little
A little
magical
shocked.
creatures. Yeah, shock, screaming. Jeff is like, "What? What's going on, lady?"
It's like, we've lived here longer than you, ma'am.
Yeah, for
We
thousands of
were
years, in
first.
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, we were born in Gravity Falls, so you're just living
Yeah.
in vain, always coming back to this episode. I was
Who knew he
born in
was such a
Gravity
prominent
Falls. Yeah, such a
Who
prominent
knew he was
figure.
such a prominent figure in Gravity Falls? I don't
You know
know. We'll
what?
make Bane pop up anywhere.
Yeah, apparently in this town, he's here. This is where he can be
Hmm.
safely himself.
Yeah.
Unless you run into Susan, who runs to a payphone and calls 911.
Okay.
She doesn't know what to do. There's these little magical thieves. We don't love this reaction by Susan,
Mm-mm.
but she doesn't know what's
Yeah.
going on. She
Yeah.
also, her
How would
place is
you?
being robbed, for all she knows.
Well, yeah. I mean, first of all,
So,
that's probably her first reason for calling the police. But also, how would you react if you saw a bunch of little gnomes running
yeah,
around,
that's true.
threatening to
Well, if
eat
they,
you too? By the way.
yeah, I guess the cannibalism was also concerning.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, eh,
The cannibalism
call
of it
for
all is a
concern.
threat, for sure.
Yes.
So she is on the phone, just kind of like stammering. She's telling them, just get to the greasy diner, get to the greasy diner ASAP. She doesn't know how to describe exactly what she is seeing, like these, again, little magical creatures. But as she's on the phone with 911, eyes locked onto these creatures, from the woods behind her, we see two robed figures slowly walking out. They're in red robes, hood fully
Oh yeah.
down. They've got, like their hands in the robe sleeves, so they're just crossed. Honestly, I was like, this is Inquisition style robes, is the
Yeah,
only way
not
I could describe them. It's really,
we don't love to see it.
I don't love to see it. A Mel Brooks
No.
shout out because y'all know I love them. That's what I was
Yes.
thinking of the whole time from History of the World. And on the
Mhm.
hoods that they have, there's a symbol of an eye with a red X marked through it on both of these
Mm.
or on both of these robes.
Okay.
And anyways, they put a bag over her head and drag her screaming away and back into the woods. So
Honestly, classic Jennifer Coolidge character.
you're absolutely correct.
Like, if this were live action, the exact
Still
same thing would
checks.
happen. Whatever character she's
Yes,
playing. Yeah.
you're so correct. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was made for this role, voice actor or live acting. She
Or
was
or
ready.
otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
really typecasted for her.
They knew when they
Yeah,
cast her. I don't know if this is season one or season two, but like they knew either
they had the
way.
long
Like,
game in mind,
yeah. The reason
for
that
sure.
we're hiring you and casting you, Jennifer, for this role is that eventually
Eventually,
there's going to be an episode where we
you're
put
gonna
a
be
bag over your
kidnapped.
head and drag you off into the woods and
Yeah.
kidnap you. So, kind of like if the shoe fits, right?
Get in
Yeah.
the mindset,
Cool.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, the shoe fits. If the bag fits, The bag,
Over
the
your
burlap
head.
sack fits over your head.
Yeah.
And as she gets, yes, dragged, fighting away, we see a third figure in a robe. His robe is a little more prominent looking, so I'm just kind of gonna call him the
Is he?
main guy for most of this.
Okay.
So we will see him again.
Hmm.
And as she gets dragged away, we see that he was off doing some graffiti. He tagged the side of the diner with that symbol the
Mm.
I with the X through it.
An X, yeah.
And as they, yes, pass him, he says, "It has been unseen." And Jennifer gets pulled into the darkness. Oh, I mean, Susan, sorry.
Jenny!
I did actually
You
write Susan, but I accidentally said Jennifer right there. That was
didn't
my bad.
accidentally say it. We're on a first name basis.
Yeah, as in Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. What's up,
We go way
girl?
back. So, Dipper, meanwhile, has gone fully into being us. For the first time, Alexis, in one of our shows, we see a corkboard. We
Yes,
see,
yes,
I will
yes,
say,
yes.
yellow thread. He couldn't find any red.
Oh,
He's got yellow because he's a
okay.
kid. He's not,
Yeah,
I don't know, a different color. He doesn't know the red of it all.
yeah.
And so, yes, he's got thread all over it, trying to figure out who the author of the journals are. We're in the second season here.
Okay.
We've got maps. He's got fingerprints of people somehow. He's got
Oh, wow,
Polaroids
Dipper.
of town folk, including Susan and McGucket. And with McGucket, it says not likely on a little note on his photo.
Aw,
But he's
don't
not
doubt, don't doubt
ruling.
him.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
ruling out options. He still
Not
made it to the
likely.
conspiracy board,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah, that's
Like
true.
he's still there. He
Yeah,
was
he's
just
up
with a
there.
herd
He
of
said it's
possums,
not
but
likely, but he's still an option. Yeah,
yeah, he's still there with all of the other
good.
townsfolk in the entire town, but he's still there.
Yeah.
So Dipper is pondering by candlelight very moodily of like who could be this author. He's putting more strings up there. And Mabel runs in, turning on all the lights with a message in a bottle for her.
Mm.
And it's from one of her summer flings. We didn't do this episode, but it's from a merman that
Oh boy.
she had a crush on. And I said, we gotta find this episode for the future and shoehorn it in.
Yes. There will be more
And
Gravity Falls in our future, no doubt. I cannot wait till
yes,
our end of the year arcs.
yes, we're gonna find a way for
We're
this
finding a
merman
way.
to come in here. And she's like, oh my God, he sent me a message in the bottle. I wonder if he wants to get back together. Oh my God, he's
Mm,
obsessed with me. But
sure.
unfortunately for Mabel, it's not a letter to get back together. Instead, he's telling her with a heavy heart that to avoid an underwater civil war, he's being forced into a arranged marriage with the Princess Manatee.
You know, these are just the issues that 12-year-olds have to deal with these
If I
days.
had a nickel for every time I got broken up with because someone was marrying the Princess
By a
Manatee to avoid a
merman.
civil war, I still
I'd
wouldn't have any nickels, but
have,
Mabel would have
yeah.
one.
But I'm sure some 12-year-old girls out there would.
Yes.
So, wow.
Yeah.
Classic
So
Mabel too, for real. Like,
honestly,
why does this not surprise me? It's funny, but I'm not at all surprised. Like, she would get entangled in this sort of situationship.
tangled in the situation. She was the other woman in this case.
Yeah.
That almost,
Yeah,
she was like the Helen of Troy, like a war almost broke out
over her.
over
Which
her.
honestly, I mean, that would be like the third time that it's happened in just episodes we've covered. So,
And
like,
you know what, Alexis? Yeah, she almost brings down
uh,
kingdoms, not becoming the gnome queen. She, with a heavy heart, there's a photo enclosed of him and his new fiance. He looks very unhappy in the photo.
of
She gets
course,
out her summer scrapbook
can't force
and
love.
I can't force it. She gets out her summer scrapbook. Mabel should know this most of all, but she does not, I will say. And she turns to the page of summer romances and she pastes that picture in there and very sadly writes failed above summer romances because now it's, yes, a
Uh,
scrapbook of all her failed loves. We see pictures
mm.
of the zombie, quote unquote, who turned out to be gnomes
Oh,
in a
that's
trench
right.
coat. We see
Norman, normal
Norman,
man.
normal man. We see a couple other failed. Little Gideon is in there because again, he really
Oh,
tried to
little
date
Gideon.
her. He's like
That's
attacking the
right.
camera in the photo. So
It's actually a mugshot, whatever.
yeah,
It's
exactly. Yeah, his perp walk
evidence.
shot. So yeah, evidence. So she lays back on the bed, saying that she would just do anything to forget all of the heartbreak that she's had this summer. And Dipper kind of is like, this summer's been great, but I also have been kind of failing this summer, Mabel. I've been trying to find the author of this journal and again and failing with all of my efforts. And Mabel is obviously not listening to him. She's too sad
Typical. Yeah.
with her own heartbreak and failures. And she's playing with the message or with the bottle that this message had come in. And she's like looking through it, like a little telescope kind of thing. And she
Hmm.
suddenly gasps when she's looking around the room and it lands on, she sees, like, she points it at a piece of broken equipment near Dipper's conspiracy corkboard. And do
Hmm.
you remember in the shapeshifter episode how I said Suze had been like putting on lab coats and found like a laptop that looked like a
Mm.
briefcase
I
kind
do.
of thing? So there's this whole
Hmm.
little extra arc that happens between those episodes where the
Yes.
laptop they think will lead them to the author because it was in this bunker that they had infiltrated. But somehow in that episode, it ends up broken before they can figure out who it belongs to.
Yeah.
But Mabel notices on this broken laptop, using the bottle almost like a magnifying glass, like
Hmm.
she's like looking through the bottom of it, that there's this tiny little label, like this metal label on the laptop. And it says McGucket Labs.
Hmm.
Yes, our dear old possum man.
Interesting.
The plot
Yes.
thickens. And if you remember
Indeed. Hmm.
in your episode that we had McGucket in, we see that yes, McGucket, despite his absolutely crazed appearance of what I've decided to describe as an old-timey railroad hopping hobo, which
Yeah,
is the
that's
energy he
accurate.
brings, and between his very mad ramblings, we remember that yes, McGucket at one point was this genius inventor, kind of hell bent on destruction through killer robots like a
Yeah.
gobblewonker, but a
Perhaps.
genius inventor nonetheless,
Yeah.
creating like a killer pterodactyl at one point. Yes, this enormous
Casual.
Nessie, Loch Ness Monster cousin of a
Hmm.
gobblewonker. And yes, he obviously is this like crazy inventor. And Dipper goes to his board, and we see like yellow string, yellow string, yellow string, like
Everywhere.
all of a
Hmm.
sudden connecting. And it helps Dipper collect a new theory that McGucket, all signs point to him as the
Hmm.
author of the journals.
Oh.
He was an inventor, probably built this laptop, probably built that lab in the
Yeah.
bunker, and
Yeah.
just generally, he could be smart enough to do something like this. So,
Yeah.
Dipper and Mabel grab Susan Wendy and run to find McGucket in, of all places, the most apt place for him to live, the town dump.
Of course. Hey, rent's cheap.
Hey, you know what? You just put a little this and a little that and a little that together, maybe a little tire, maybe a little, broken car, maybe a little rusty pane from
Yeah,
who knows what. You got a home.
exactly. You got a nice little home.
Home is where the
All
heart
the
is.
parts you need to invent doomsday devices as well, or whatever sort of
Yes,
machine he likes to create.
exactly. They fall in together perfectly right
Hmm.
here in the junkyard where everybody knows he lives. And they easily find him there. They know exactly which rotten curtain to knock on to find him.
It's like the most open secret ever. Like, oh yeah, everybody knows McGucket lives in the junkyard.
Yeah, no one stops him from living
Nobody
there
does
either.
anything to kick him out.
Yeah,
Like, nope, that's
exactly.
his now. It's his. Just let
It's
him. He's
harder
not
to
hurting
try and get him
anybody.
out. Exactly. It'd be
Yeah,
harder trying to remove. He takes care of the possum problem, you know?
true. That's true.
So he's actually doing a public service here.
Yeah, two birds, one stone. We appreciate your
Yes.
service, McGucket.
You know, one shovel, two possums,
Yeah.
whatever he's up to. Because we do see both some hanging possums in his drunkard town and possums scurrying around. So maybe there's play
Hmm.
dead, but
Yeah.
he's probably eating those possums, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let me remind everyone real quick of McGucket. Yes, again, a old-timey railroad hopper. He's got a thick hillbilly accent. He calls himself a hillbilly, so I feel like we could say that.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
wears patched up overalls, a big floppy brown hat. He's very, very skinny. He's got a cast on one arm, bandages wrapped around his feet instead of shoes, some gold deep. I still can't get over the shoe thing of it all.
Just bandages. Like,
I
all
really
right, bro.
focus up on that. He's in
Yeah.
a junkyard. Surely he could find some shoes, but
Yeah.
bandages. That's what his preferred
This'll
footwear.
do.
This will
Hmm.
do. He's got a long white beard that drags on the ground. Randomly, he's got a band-aid in it for no apparent reason. And yes, living in the junkyard, he's got a ramshackle piece together home with junk all around it. And yes, as we mentioned, he at some point, a point that he remembers, is still a genius inventor. He's still out there inventing in that junkyard, putting together
Hmm.
giant, destructive, very powerful robots.
Yeah.
And despite how, he sounds a little disheveled, he sounds like he is a genius. He sounds like maybe he's got it together based on these monsters he can invent, these robots he can invent. But no, we should judge a book by its cover. He has lost touch with all of reality in this case.
Yes.
As they,
Sadly.
yeah, very sadly, as they walk inside, he says, "Pull up a chair. You're just in time for my daily turf war with the other hillbilly here." And he looks in a mirror and starts yelling at himself.
Oh
Said, "Get
no.
off my property."
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
Uh, is it just the twins? Is Seuss with them?
Seuss and
I
Wendy are with them.
oh
Yes,
oh good. Okay.
they're not
Good.
alone.
Okay, good. They have adult and older
Yes,
teenager-ish
yes. Well,
supervision.
we know
Good.
Wendy's tough as hell, so they've
Yeah,
got
exactly.
the
Honestly, I'm
adult and tough person with
and
them.
Seuss. Yeah, they have an
Yeah.
adult and Seuss with them. I'm more happy that Wendy is there than I am that Seuss is
Yes,
there.
Seuss happened to be in the room when they grabbed Wendy, so Seuss came along.
Yeah.
So Dipper, though, looks at McGucket and is basically like, "Cut the crap, McGucket. I know you're the genius who wrote the journals. Like, stop with this crazy person act. Like, I see right through you." And he's got like one of the journals out that he's like pointing to, and McGucket is like, "I don't know what that is. Like, I've never done anything with my life. I am just nobody." And
Oh,
it
well,
is kind of
that's not
sad.
true.
Right. We have senior robots.
Yeah.
But
Excuse me,
so,
sir. Gobblewonker, ring a
yeah,
bell.
ring a bell from like 3 days ago, probably.
Yeah.
But no, he feels like he's nothing to nobody because if you remember in your Gobblewonker episode, he made that Gobblewonker robot to get attention from his son, who doesn't
Yeah.
really care about him at all, won't talk to him. We saw when like the kids and the somewhat adults were coming up that some teenagers had spray painted his like junkyard house that said
Aw.
"McSucket" on there, which
Aw.
looked kind of clever, but also very
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, that is pretty clever.
Yeah,
How did
it's
we
it's
not
an
think of that?
it's
But we
easy.
would
It's easy.
never spray
I
paint
would
that on someone's
never,
home.
no,
How
nor
mean.
call McGucket McSucket.
No, not to his
So
face.
yeah, yeah. So he's leading a very sad existence. And he says that everything before the year 1982 is just one big blur, that he can't remember who he once was, but whatever it was, it must have been a big failure to end up this way. So
Mm,
basically, like 30 years ago, he just kind of woke up in this state, doesn't remember how he got here, but just knows this is just who he is now.
yikes. Okay.
But Dipper is desperate. They get out the broken laptop to show him the McGucket Labs, which doesn't do anything to stir him. He was like, "I owned a lab? Like, what are you talking about?" And Dipper starts flipping through the journal, saying McGucket has to recognize like your own writing. Like, this is your handwriting right here. These are your drawings. Don't you even recognize that? Like, you have something has to stir right now.
Yeah.
And there's no recognition. McGucket's kind of like, "I wish I could help you. Like, I've never seen this a day in my damn life before."
Mm.
Until, that is, they get to a page that has a sketch of a robed man and a symbol that we saw on the hoods and on that diner, the eye with the X through it. Plus, of course,
Hmm.
classically, lots of scribbles, notes saying they're always watching,
The usual
the
manic,
usual.
hysteric sort of,
Yes.
yeah, journal 1 through 3 notes. I get you. I
Yeah,
get you.
exactly. Like what we come to expect at this point,
Yes.
paranoia on the page, if you will.
Yeah. Hmm.
And this page is entitled The Blind Eye. And seeing that page, McGucket starts screaming and like trying to get away from the page, screaming about the robes, the symbol, clutching his head, saying, they did something to my mind, they did something to me. So we hate to see it happen, but the
Hmm.
kids, they got to lead here. They got to keep pushing despite this man's
No.
obviously fragile mental
Trauma.
state.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no.
Reliving, he can't quite know what, but he's got some visceral reaction to this symbol and these robed figures.
Mhm. Oh my
And they
gosh.
beg him to think of his earliest memory from 1982, like what happened right before you kind of like woke up in this state. And he pulls out a newspaper from 82 saying that this is like the first thing I can remember. And it's a news article from the local paper saying that like crazed McGucket found outside of the Gravity Falls Museum, like dazed, confused, and wandering like in a hysteria. And so like
Mm.
they picked him up and eventually, he wasn't doing any harm, so let him go. So the kids say, all right, well, let's go to the thing you can first remember. Let's really, like full immersion,
Into
exposure
trauma.
therapy into the
Yes.
place where whatever happened to you happened. You're fine. You're fine.
These
Let's go.
kids are not professionals at
No,
all.
no, their
This
intervention skills
is highly
lacking.
unorthodox
No,
and
highly unorthodox.
unwise. Yeah.
Dipper like throws out a cigarette and like takes off his badge. Like, I don't care if my methods are unorthodox. I always get my answers.
I want answers.
I always get my man. Takes the
Yeah.
thread off his corkboard. Let's go. So yes, they head to Gravity Falls history. It's like a history museum. I'm always going to end up in a museum in my episode
You,
somehow. I
you
gotta
know how
find
to
them.
find them. Yep.
And obviously,
I'm glad you did. It just didn't
yes,
feel right without you talking about a
I
museum this
know
arc so far. Something
somehow
was
I was going
missing.
to end up there. And yes,
Yeah.
they obviously it's nighttime, so they have to break in our favorite
Ooh,
museum
we love
activity.
it.
Love to see it happen.
Except not actually for
Not actually, don't worry, I would never do such a
yeah.
thing. Although
Grace
I
would never break
do
into a
have the
museum.
keys, but I would never
Hmm.
take anything from it. So, Dipper, Sue's, Wendy, they are locked into this mission. McGucket is with them as well, but Mabel, her head's just not in the game tonight. She's
Mm.
still in the dumps about all of her heartbreak. And Wendy is like trying to check in on her, being like, hey girl, like, you okay? Like, it happens, like this is just part of growing up type of thing. Like, when
I just broke Dipper's heart a couple
I know
weeks ago.
exactly. And he's fine. Look, we're on an adventure
Yeah, look at
again.
him. He's like throwing out multiple cigarettes still.
Bags under his
Right.
eyes, flaps.
Yeah.
He's
He's
fine.
great. Like yelling at McGucket.
Yes. Yeah, he's poured all of his heartbreak into abusing this like feeble,
Yeah.
like a vulnerable old man.
Yeah.
He's like
He's
backhanding him.
fine.
Focus on McGucket. But the
Nice.
comforting of Mabel is put on hold a little bit
Mm.
because as they're in the museum, they see a shadow in a robe shaped, perhaps shadow, zip across a hallway and into
Oh,
one
no,
of the
no, no.
rooms. Hmm. This is why you
Hate to
don't break
see
into
it.
museums. This is why you don't break into places,
No.
people. You never
Yeah.
know. The
You never
robed
know who's
figure
in
is going to
there.
be creeping around in
Yeah.
there. But they, yes, led by Dipper, of course, book it after this figure, and they run and chase it into the room. One of the weirdest rooms I've ever seen, probably, that I'm like, why is this in a history museum exactly?
Mm.
Because Alexis, this room is like straight out of oh my God, why am I blanking on the name? Mobile Mysteries. Like
Oh, yay.
it is. It is an eye room. And by that
Uh,
I mean Yeah, we've got diagrams of eyes on the wall, but we've got also
Okay.
lights and chandeliers in the shapes of eyeballs,
Hmm.
statues of eyeballs, jars filled probably with actual eyeballs upon
Okay.
jars upon jars upon jars. This is
Clock
simply,
those. Well, I'd like to
yeah,
do
don't,
evidence again.
yeah, again, whose eyeballs are these
Yeah.
exactly?
Where are
Lazy
the
Susan, are
heads
you
that these
okay?
eyeballs were in?
Yeah. What is happening here? And in this room, lit by a single fireplace, they lose track of that robed figure, that shadowy figure who came in here. And McGucket is only doing worse in
Oh
here.
no. Oh
Perhaps
gosh.
plagued by more flashbacks, he's like backing up against the walls, saying that he feels like all of eyes are watching him. They're all watching him, watching his every move right now. They're all just staring at me. They're all just staring at me. And Dipper realizes they are watching McGucket,
Oh,
but
yikes.
not because of who McGucket is, but instead of where he's standing. Dipper, again, on a fucking mission, just pushes McGucket out of the way on the wall where he was standing.
Move.
Move it! Because he realizes all of the eyeballs are indeed pointed at one spot on the wall. And like I gotta say here, these robed figures, subtlety, not their strong point. In the middle
Huh.
of this wall is just an ancient stone that looks like it was taken from like an old ancient temple that has an eye on it, like the symbol of an eye. And again, every single eyeball is pointed to stare at this artifact in this
Ooh.
room. So, like,
Wow.
one, creepy. Two, subtle? No,
No,
definitely
not at
not.
all. Quite
Because,
obvious.
yeah, Dipper
Quite.
just pushes it and a secret door opens.
Like look at all the eyes and then just
Yeah, like
okay.
literally the like ancient stone has like pictures of eyeballs like inches away from it and they're all just like staring at it. So
Hmm.
it's like here, press this. Here,
Press this
press
thing.
this.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yes. This is
So
important.
yeah, he does, and a secret passageway opens up, which of course they all, without hesitation, creep down this dark staircase that ends with red curtains. And
Oh,
as they get
okay.
closer, what do they hear emanating from behind the curtains? It's one of our least favorite things. We can add it to our list of things we hate. We've seen it many times in this season, this arc, chanting in Latin.
Not again.
This is a chant Latin filled show.
So, and here's the thing that we didn't hit on last time we talked about chanting in Latin
Mhm.
is that it's even worse when someone is doing it while wearing like a cloak
Yes, when multiple voices
are doing
in
it
sync, in
in
synchronicity,
sync and they're all wearing cloaks.
in
That's like
robes. Yeah.
5 steps worse than
Mhm.
just one little old kid
Yeah, with a
chanting it
little
from a book
book.
he finds in a bunker in the middle
Yeah.
of the woods. That's bad enough. But once you get
Yeah.
adults in robes
Yes.
together in unison in this economy,
In this economy,
wow.
also in a circle, we see when we peel
Yeah.
back the curtain around a dais that has what looks like a little treasure chest on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, these are all these red flags are as red as their robes right now. You know,
As red as
get
those
the fuck out.
curtains.
As red
Yeah.
as those curtains that they made their robes from. And yes, we see these adults presumably in red robes, but we've gotten by people in coats before. It could be a bunch of gnomes in robes, but
Oh, that's true. Okay.
you
I
know,
shouldn't assume it's adults, I guess.
shouldn't
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yes, they're
Or
standing in a
humans for that
room.
matter.
Yes, chanting in a circle in like this stone room around again, like on like a dais, I don't know how to say it, with like a
Yeah.
small treasure chest on top. Interesting, just outside of the circle is a red chair that looks like it has straps on the armrest, which is concerning,
Yes, it is.
especially when the main guy, again, more prominent hood, really hate saying those words, a prominent hood, but that's what it is, steps forward and asks them in a bellowing voice, with a slight British accent, to bring forth the subject of the meeting. And we see two more robed men bring out the still hooded Susan, and they put her
Oh,
in the
right.
chair and strap her into it.
Mm,
And the main one asks, "What have you seen?" And they all echo behind him, "Speak, speak, speak." And so Susan, they
mm.
take off the hood from her. She's obviously fucking rightfully terrified.
Yeah.
And so she speaks. She tells them about the gnomes that she saw. She doesn't know what's going on here. Like, what is this? Where am I? What do these gnomes have to do with this? Why have you brought me here? Does anyone know I'm here? Etc. Etc.
Mm,
And so as she's rambling on, the main guy nods and opens up the treasure chest and brings out what looks like a modified, like steampunk gun. Not obviously a gun. This is Disney, not Cartoon
mhm.
Network, remember?
Yeah.
But
There's
even Disney
there's limits
XD,
here.
yeah,
Yeah, Disney XD. So it's a gun, just not with bullets.
with bullets, yes. So it's got like the
That's for
body of a
Cartoon Network.
gun, and instead of the barrel, it's like looks like a light bulb, and there's like a couple little other doohickeys on it, including like a screen on the back and a thing where you can kind of like type in like letters. You can like turn a dial to type in letters on it.
Hmm.
And so as he gets this gun out, we see all of the other figures like tighten their hoods, like to fully block their faces. And the man puts in that little screen, little men, because that's how Susan had described them. And he points the weapon directly at Susan. And with like a laser beam, it looks like, he shoots her right in the face, where she screams, and then the light goes away. And we see for a second her pupils like dilate fully and then recede as she slumps into the chair for a second.
Hmm.
And then the main guy asks her what she knows of little men. And in an almost robotic voice, she says, "Nothing, thanks to the Society of the Blind Eye." And they all
Mm.
chant, "It is unseen.
It is
It is
unseen.
unseen." And they
Mm,
unstrap her
Society
from
of
the
the
chair.
Blind Eye. Interesting. Hmm.
And their symbol with the
Themes. A lot
eye.
of themes going on here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
eye with
lots
an
of,
X through it. That's the symbol for being blind, I guess. An
oh yeah,
eye
I
with an
guess.
X.
There's an X. That's how
Like,
they really, again, not
okay.
subtle. Subtlety, not the
Unseen. Yeah.
societies. Which I guess they don't have to
Hmm.
be subtle because they're erasing people's memories, is what we learn.
Yeah, yeah, right.
So
I
they
mean, I
don't
feel
need
like when you get so bold as to just fool out cult like that,
kidnap people. Yeah, full
yeah,
cult.
yeah, you'll just lean into it, like go all out. You might as well. You can't half cult
Exactly.
it. You got to full cult it.
Full cult mode. Also, yeah,
Yep,
no half-assed in it. And again, they're just gonna erase the memories. So like
you're right. Hmm.
doesn't matter. Yeah, full cult mode.
And
They're in it.
also,
They've been in it. Unafraid
are
of
we
it.
getting are we getting some full circle justice for the Fez, the society?
There's no fezzes to be seen. Hoods
No,
only.
they're missing out. They're missing out,
It would
man.
seem that whatever Fez situation Sam's got going on, not a Fez to
Is
be seen here.
separate and apart of the
Separate and
Society
apart.
of the Blind Eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, while this answers some questions,
It
it,
raises many
it
more.
raises even more,
Okay.
as the shows want to do.
Typical. Yes.
Typical. So, yes, as Susan is let go, and she's also saying, like, I also have no idea where I am right now. Basically, yeah,
Mm,
like they fully erased her memory, and they're like, she'll kind of come to after she leaves the museum. So, yeah, Dipper and Co. realize that they've wiped her memory, and they haven't just wiped it, they see. They have taken her memory. Because we
mm.
see them like unload the gun basically, and it unloads a capsule from it. And the main guy
Oh.
writes Susan's name on it, and they bring it to like another part of this like giant like ceremonial room. And it's basically like, in like I think of like when you think of like a mail room in like TV or like in like future type of things, it's like you like stick a little tube in and like it like
Oh,
shoots
shoots
off.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of thing. So they have that and like they can see where the tubes go and that kind of stuff. But underneath it, it's called the Hall of the Forgotten. And so
Huh.
that's
Uh-huh.
where this memory that they've stolen from Susan is going into this mysterious
Interesting.
Hall of the Forgotten.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So they then disperse. They're like, all right, good chanting tonight,
All
everyone. All
right. Good
right.
meeting, guys.
Yeah.
Great. It's cool. See you next week. All
Yeah.
right.
All right. See you next time. See you next time.
Take
Jerry, great
care.
job.
Good day at work tomorrow, man. Hey,
Yeah.
tell
See
the
you on the
wife I
flip
said
side.
hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, hope your kid passes that driving test. All right. See you later.
Yeah. Big day. Big day
Yeah.
for
Big
him.
day tomorrow for you. So, as they all leave, the gang decides to split up because there's a lot of these hooded figures. They kind of got to cover a lot of ground here. So Mabel and Wendy will stay in this like stone hall ceremonial room to keep watch so that no one comes back, while the
Mhm.
boys, Dipper, Susan, McGucket, will go find this Hall of the Forgotten. Because not only
Okay.
will they be able to get other people's memories back, but if this secret society did anything to McGucket, his memories will probably be there.
Good point. Okay.
Mhm.
Nice.
So Wendy and Mabel are hanging out, and Mabel is just complaining about all of her heartbreaks and wondering if it's her, if she's the problem here. Again, she doesn't care about
Priorities.
this mystery right
Not
now.
at
She's just like,
all. She doesn't care that she just saw a full-on cult
no,
like ceremony or
nope,
whatever, and non-consensual assault of poor Susan, like
nope.
erasing her memories, kidnapping, et cetera, et cetera.
What is
Like
being
she's like,
12
oh,
if
I
not,
want to marry that merman.
I know, what is being 12 if not only caring about your heartbreak and not a secret society who assaulted a woman and clearly a lot of other people in town, including your friend McGucket, and is in the basement of a museum doing ceremonies? But
Nothing.
yeah, my heart hurts.
That's it. Yeah.
Sad. And Wendy, though, is telling her, like, Mabel, just forget about boys. Like, they don't matter. Mabel says, I could forget about the
Um,
boys of this summer. And she runs up to grab that gun and hops right into that chair and says, Wendy, do it. Help me erase all of the heartbreak from this summer. And we'll put pause on that for the moment.
okay. Okay.
Because we go with the boys now, Dipper, Susan, McGucket, and they follow those like tubes that they saw. They, of course, you got Dipper who's on a mission. We got Suze who's being Suze. We got
Seuss.
McGucket who's crazy.
McGucket.
Sorry, it's McGucket. So they are not quiet or subtle at all
Great.
as they run through. So robed figures who weren't fully out of the museum yet do notice them and start to give chase. But the boys are able to hide, but know that now they're not alone. Like the robed figures are still here and they're obviously on a
Hmm.
time limit. But they do end up finding another secret hall. It's this like it's underneath the museum still. It's this huge grand door with again the symbol on the front of it. And so they break into it, and it's this hall. It's got a giant statue in it, and it's filled with piles and piles and piles and piles of the memory capsules.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
yes, they have found the Hall of Forgotten Memories.
Hmm.
And they're able to, there's like a lot of piles of them randomly. And they also see like a device where you can replay memories. So, like, you can put it into this machine and it'll play it for you. And so as Suze and Dipper are like sorting through, McGucket notices like kind of like a high actual shelf of them where they're actually organized, where all the other ones are in piles. And so
Okay.
he climbs up on the statue to find one with his name on it. So these are like kept apart and like actually organized and separate.
Hmm. They've got a
So,
whole librarian at the Society of the Blind Eye
but only takes care
in
of the
there.
special ones. Other ones
Right.
just toss into the pile. It's
Just
not
put
a
it on the
good
pile. Trash
librarian,
pile.
but it's a librarian, you know?
Yeah.
In a cult, beggars can't be choosers.
Right. You get what you can take.
Yeah, you can't turn people away sometimes.
Mm-mm.
So McGucket grabs the one with his name on it, but unfortunately, it's got a sensor on it. So as he pulls it away, immediately alarms start blaring throughout
Oh.
all of the museum.
Oh, he must be special.
These ones are
Okay.
quite special.
Yeah.
And robed men run into the hall, and McGucket, luckily, is able to just dive behind that statue that he had climbed up. But unfortunately, he does knock, as he's like jumping down, he does knock his memories out. But Dipper's able to grab them, and he and Suze start running as the robed figures give chase again. They chase him out of this hall while McGucket is hiding. Also, while he's hiding, he like crouches down and like looks down and grabs his beard, and he was like, "Why is there a band-aid in my beard? How long has this been here? Why'd no one tell me about this?"
Oh, buddy. Well, hey, moments of clarity. You gotta, again, much like a cult, you gotta take what you can get.
Take what you can get. He had a moment of
I'm glad,
lucidity
hey,
here.
at least he finally realized it's
Yeah.
there.
He finally clocks it.
Yeah.
But yes, Dipper and Suze book it, but they are caught by the men. And we do see that before Mabel could use the gun that Wendy was trying to stop her to use, the robed men also flood in there and they capture Mabel and Wendy.
Mhm.
So we now see that the robed men have tied all four of them, Mabel, Dipper, Suze, and Wendy, up and taken the McGucket capsule from them. And of course, these four, not to go down without a fight, they're all Wendy's trying to fucking punch her way out of this rope that's tying them down. They all start shooting off questions and fighting back
Mhm.
and like asking who they are. Why did they take McGucket's memories? Why are they taking everyone's memories? Like, what's going on here? And again, the roped figures, they're like, we're going to wipe your memories. So, yeah, we can
Ooh.
tell you what's going on here because you're not going to
Yeah,
fucking
true.
remember a
We'll tell you
thing, baby.
everything.
Yeah, they're like spinning the gun in their hand. Like, yeah, we always tell
Okay.
people what's going on because it doesn't matter, baby. We got all the power. So, we see they're all taking off their hoods. And we
Ooh.
see that, yes, the robed figures are just men and women about town. Like, none of them we've seen in our episodes before, but like the kids and
Mm.
like Wendy and Suze know who they all are. They're like, oh my God, the
Oh,
da da da, the da da
interesting.
da. So,
You?
yeah,
You?
oh my
I'm sorry, I forget your
God.
name, but you
But
too?
you? No, you seem like you'd be in a
Yeah,
cult
you
for
don't
sure.
surprise me.
Yeah, you seem a little weird. You'd definitely be in one. But I mean, like most cults, just normal people within them.
Yeah.
But we see the main person, the main guy, take off his hood, and it's someone the kids don't know.
Hmm.
He introduces himself as Blind Ivan.
Okay.
He's really, again, full cult.
Yeah.
Full cult
Hey,
mode
he's the
here.
leader. Yeah, he's got to be the
Leaning
most
in.
devoted.
Yeah, exactly. So he is this square-jawed, bald man who like looks he looks like a hardened criminal. I'm just gonna say, like, he's got
Okay.
that look in his eyes, that like very like, yeah, squared figure. Like I feel like I've seen this
Like
cartoon kind of
most cult
before.
leaders.
Like a cult leader, like a criminal, hardened criminal cult
Yeah,
leader.
exactly.
Spot the
Peas in a
difference.
pod.
There is
Hmm.
none.
It's the same picture.
Yeah, it's the same picture. And very weirdly, again, on his bald head, he like has, and I guess it's for, erasing memories. He's got like tattooed on his head, like labels about the different parts of the brain, like where different parts are housed. Like this is where
Oh,
stress lives, fear, knowledge, like all tattooed across his entire cranium here.
okay.
And he's got one black eye and then one red eye that has a giant X like scarred across it, which presumably is how he got the nickname Blind Ivan, I would
Blind
assume.
Ivan.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. His name, he wasn't actually Ivan when he was born. They're just like
Yeah, it's a
Blind
nickname.
Ivan. Yeah, it's just a
Vin.
play
Yeah.
on words.
His name is like John, and they're like Blind
John,
Eye
Jerry, something.
Vin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he basically explains to them. He's like, here's what's going on. So even before he kind of became the lead here, this society was founded, and we see pieces here where like we realize because he's like I can't quite remember like who founded it. We see little
Mhm.
glimpses here that like they get high on their own supply. Like they clearly use this on themselves just to forget like little things, and they've used it a lot on themselves here in this
Oh,
society.
again, man, straight up cult shit. Like,
Hmm.
it's all huffing, basically,
Yep, exactly.
ceremonial, a little ceremonial huff
Just a
for the
little for you, a
gang.
little for me,
Yeah,
a little for lazy Susan, a little for blind Ivan,
Right.
Quick
It's
hit.
stressful work wiping other people's memories. I feel so
Yeah.
bad about it. I just need to wipe my own memory a little bit too and just kind of like disassociate for a bit, you know? Just take it
Literally,
easy.
at one point, they're like, "Don't you feel bad about what you do?" And they go, "Yeah, we do." And then that like blind Ivan
It,
just shoots
yeah.
himself and is like,
Yeah.
"But I
It's
don't
like, I don't feel
anymore."
bad anymore. Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah. Crazy.
So
Who are
they
you?
ex yeah, what are I'll
Where am
untie you
I?
kids. Yeah, wait a second. So they explain that Gravity Falls is, yes, as we know, plagued with supernatural strangeness.
Hmm.
So their founder invented this gun to help everyone forget the strange things about town so that everyone can live their lives peacefully and blissfully in ignorance in Gravity Falls. And we see, yeah, kind of like a montage of like someone's walking their dog and a giant like kraken creature like comes out and tries to
Oh
like
my
grab
God.
them. And the blind society grabs the person, wipes their memory, and puts them right back, none the wiser.
Interesting. Mm,
Mhm. So they think,
mm.
again, classic cult, that they're doing good for everyone, just erasing their memories willy nilly, whatever they want to erase, they do. So Blind Ivan starts putting Summer into the gun because again, he like they like type in whatever they're going to erase and points it at
Okay.
these four. So not only will they forget this secret society, but clearly these four
Mm.
know about all of the supernatural strangeness.
Right.
So they'll just
Right.
erase everything that's happened this summer from their memories. So just as he takes aim with the gun, a saucer, like a pan, like a gold mining pan, flies into the hall and knocks the gun out of his hand.
Mm.
And we see that Old Man McGucket has raided the mining display from the
Oh,
museum
hell yeah.
for weapons.
Nice.
And he runs in there. He'd hit that like mining for gold pan right at the gun. And he runs in there with shovels and tosses them and like pickaxes and tosses them
Yeah.
at our four who were tied up using a pickaxe to untie them in the process, baby.
I love that. I love that. Because also, when you were describing him as like a rail yard hobo, in my mind, it's like, yeah, either that or like an old gold miner from like
Yes. Yeah, 49 over
1849 or
here.
whatever,
Yeah.
going all the way up to California.
Yeah, the gold rush
No
didn't quite pan out
shoes.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he started as that and then turned into the railroad
True. Yeah.
vagrant.
I mean, he had to take a train at some point to
Yeah, to,
transport the gold to whoever or to get to
yeah, it had
Oregon. I don't know. He had to do something.
exactly. He
So
started riding those
yeah.
rails.
Yeah, you can be both. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, working on those dos. He's both of them here. So the robed men obviously turn to attack them, but this squad, Wendy, knows how to fight. And they fucking fight back.
When he's like, give me that pickaxe.
Yeah. Pickaxe one hand, shovel in the other. She's like,
Yeah,
let's go,
I could do
girls.
this all day.
So, yes, they all start to attack, and everyone is focused on trying to get the gun and McGucket's memory capsule. They do not
Hmm.
want these kids and somewhat adults to get that capsule. But it kind of turns up, or turns like boils down to being Dipper v. Ivan to get the memories and the gun. It's kind of the two of them facing off. But, you know, Dipper's a child and Ivan is a grown ass hardened criminal cult leader. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Ivan gets both of them pretty
No,
easily from Dipper.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, fair.
yeah. He gets the
Yeah.
memories in one hand, the gun in the other hand. And without
Hate to
hesitation,
see it.
yeah, I hate to see it. Without hesitation, he turns, shoots it right at them. Summer
Ooh,
still typed into the
yeah.
gun here. But the laser doesn't hit Dipper. It stopped right before him. Stopped by McGucket, who has
Mm.
jumped right in the line of fire to save
Oh,
Dipper and everyone else.
oh.
And McGucket just zapped with this laser beam to forget memories of the entire summer.
Hmm.
Just kind of like gets a chill really quick and like blinks his eyes. I was like, oh, okay. And starts walking closer to Ivan, ready to
Hmm.
get the gun and the capsule. The gun seems to have no effect on
Mhm.
McGucket
Mhm.
as
Yeah.
Ivan is shooting it again and again and again at McGucket. But
Ooh.
McGucket, like some fucking superhero hillbilly, just keeps marching towards Ivan, like not
Mm-hmm.
breaking pace. And he says, shoot all you want. My mind's been gone for 30 odd years, and you can't break what's already broken.
Wow.
McGucket.
Cult leaders usually prey on people with trauma. In this case, McGucket's trauma is fighting back.
In this
My, how
case,
the tables have turned.
in this case, McGucket is about to inflict some trauma.
Yeah, right. Wow, can't
Because
wipe my
yes,
memory if I've already like
if I don't have any,
disassociated from it.
yeah,
Yeah.
or I've disassociated, what are you going to do to me? I'm McGucket's basically invincible, we're learning right here. Because
Yeah.
Ivan is just, yeah, like rapid fire shooting. And McGucket, unfazed, walks up and
Nice.
just hits the shit out of Ivan. He
There you
smacks
go,
the gun
man.
away and then headbutts him,
Oh,
knocking Ivan out cold.
yikes. Okay.
Yep. So we cut to all of the roped figures tied up.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
Where'd they get all that yarn?
There's a big old rope that they were
Okay,
using
I gotcha.
originally. Yeah,
One
it's a
big rope.
museum. They'll find some. But yes, Dipper now has the gun and he types in Society of the Blind Eye and shoots all of the roped figures with it.
Mm.
Which, like, yeah, I had that reaction too that you currently have. Like,
Mm.
on one hand, okay, let's dismantle the society. On the other hand, maybe ask them some questions, what they know about the journals, maybe
Yeah, right,
about the
exactly.
supernatural happenings.
Yeah, you could get some answers.
Maybe
Like,
call
you
some
could start a
authorities.
criminal case.
Yeah, exactly. That these men have been
Like,
kidnapping and assaulting people for years,
yeah,
decades,
you
perhaps.
know, might want those
There's
memories.
lots of evidence. Yeah, maybe let's restore some
Yeah,
memories. Let's not
yeah,
erase them completely. Let's call in some, maybe destroy the gun so we can't ever reuse it at
yeah,
CIA and
that's a good
FBI
start.
who's going to come use this, get
Yeah,
called into this. This is definitely beyond Gravity Falls PD,
yeah, like
GFPD,
local jurisdiction. Yeah,
But, call somebody in to,
yeah,
like,
But okay, Dipper, you're in charge, I
hey,
guess.
again,
You know so
Dipper,
much.
cigarette hanging out of his mouth, one hand in that gun.
Nothing's
Wendy's like, is
orthodox
this about
here.
me? Maybe let's call an authority. I got this, Wendy. But we see that it works. The
Hmm.
men don't remember at all this blind society. Blind Ivan doesn't even seem to remember who he is. He was so entrenched in this society as his entire identity. So that seems like a later problem for someone else. The gang is just like, okay, bye. Have a good
Yeah,
life.
great.
So problematic, but
Hope you
whatever.
can find your way
Good
home.
luck. You don't have a home. You just need to just live at this museum. Okay,
Yeah.
bye. So the gang heads back into the crypt essentially, and they go back to the Hall of Forgotten Memories where the device was to play back the memories. So nervously, they ask McGucket, like, are you ready to see your memories from before 1982? Like, possibly see how you became the way you were.
Yeah.
And McGucket's nervous, but like Mabel is super comforting for him. And they say, okay, let's watch. So we get to see who McGucket was. And we see the first memory here. We see a young, very put together McGucket. He is in a suit. He's got short hair, his little glasses, and it looks like he's in a physics lab. Like there's a
Hmm.
bunch of like equations on a chalkboard behind him and like, different posters and that kind of stuff in the lab. No beard, no gold teeth. Again, just lots of charts, smart equations, a suit. And in the corner, it says day one.
Hmm.
And it's like, it's kind of confusing because it's like a memory, but also kind of like a confessional happening. And
Okay.
so maybe this was like his journals, and this is what specifically the society extracted from him.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he's saying that he wishes to unsee what he's seen. He's been working as an assistant for a researcher who's been cataloging his findings in Gravity Falls in a series of journals.
Mhm.
So now we see here like Dipper realizing like, oh, McGucket did not write these journals,
Yeah, but also the
but
journals. He always
the
loves hearing about
journals,
the journals.
and
Yeah.
McGucket might know who did. And so, yes, McGucket has helped this researcher build some type of machine that he was told would benefit all mankind, but something went wrong. He doesn't say what, maybe of how this person was using the machine. Who's to say? So
Mhm.
McGucket quit the project in protest. This wasn't being used to help society. So he quit, but he wants to forget the horrors about what he saw, what he helped build, basically his guilty conscience of this. So McGucket built another machine, a new one that erases memories. So we
Um,
see that McGucket was the one
mm,
who built the memory eraser
yeah.
gun. And we see that the gun works. We see McGucket using it on himself, kind of testing it on himself to get it right. So it works, but
Yeah.
not correctly right away. And we see a montage of the days passing and him using it again and again. And every time we see him, we see more of his office going into disarray and him becoming more disheveled. By day 22, 22 days straight of using it, he's come up with a concept of the blind eye. And we see the symbols is like the symbol that we have seen throughout this episode is drawn across his walls in the office.
Mm.
By day 74, his office is a mess. Everything that had been hanging up in the office has like fallen to the ground. There's trash everywhere. We see the words in red painted across the walls. Help me.
Oh.
His
Ooh,
suit
yikes.
is stained and disheveled, as is his hair. He's recounting that that day he saw the gnomes again, and we see him again bring the gun to his head and erase the
Oh,
memory of seeing the gnomes that day.
man.
By day 189, the suit jacket's gone, the glasses are broken, his arm is in a sling. He says that he accidentally, because he couldn't focus, he accidentally kind of lost control and he hit another car in town today again, which
Oh
is
my
how he ended
gosh.
up with the broken arm and the sling. And as he's
Mm.
talking, he kind of stumbles over words and says he's started to forget words more and more and more. And we
Mm.
get quicker and quicker flashes, days going into years of using this gun. And we, of course, see his sanity slipping more and more, his touch with reality, moving from his office to a motel to the junkyard until we finally have lost track of days themselves. And the screen just goes static.
Oof.
So, yes, we realize
Man.
McGucket was the
It's actually
inventor.
very sad.
It reminds me of like Ice King in Adventure Time of like in
Oh,
reality the
yeah.
saddest fucking backstory that like
Character.
we did
Yeah.
not need in a cartoon type of energy.
No,
Like,
by the way, yeah.
why would you
And
do
for
this
this
to us?
character, her like you don't want to feel bad for, but I
Yeah.
guess maybe I want to feel more bad for McGucket than Ice King. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, exactly.
see the
And like it
parallels.
truly
Yeah.
just ends with like McGucket just like staring at the static screen, like saying nothing, having seen the fact that, yeah, like he did something that he regrets, which we still don't know what that is. He couldn't get all of his memories back, just these ones, it would seem.
Mhm.
That he invented this gun and then did this to himself, trying to escape whatever past was there. Again and again, that he founded this society that then obviously went haywire and like went rogue once he kind of lost touch.
Yeah.
But he is happy to have seen at least this part of his memory. He
Yeah.
says he realizes that like maybe he messed up in the past, but also maybe now he can start rebuilding his life now that he has like a starting point of who he used to be. Maybe he can find
Yeah.
more about himself.
Yeah.
And this, I will say, makes Mabel realize that she doesn't want to erase her memories of the boys from the summertime. She's like, yeah, me too.
It was like, oh my God, I can totally relate.
He was
Here's
like,
the thing.
it does make me stronger to live through this heartbreak, you know?
My situationship, my entanglement is so similar to the trauma of whatever you discovered however many years ago,
Whatever
McGucket,
society
and
ending
creating a
device you
cult.
created
Like,
that
yeah.
could end mankind. Uh,
God, there is a lesson for me in all of this.
yeah.
I'm just like you.
You could end mankind. I loved a merman. Man, mono y
He
mono, you
was
know?
kind.
He was
Yeah.
kind.
So it's,
We're
yeah, wow,
basically the same.
transferable life lessons here.
I'm boy crazy. You're
A crazy
crazy.
boy.
Crazy boy. We're basically the same.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a band-aid in your beard. I thought you should
I don't
know.
know if you knew that.
Yeah, you're welcome. So,
Uh,
yes,
incredible.
though they leave. Dipper, yeah, obviously a little disappointed because he didn't get his answers about who started the journal, but
Mhm.
this
Getting
is the best
closer.
lead yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
that this was a researcher and that somehow McGucket was attached and they built some type of machine. A little ominous,
Hmm.
a machine that could potentially end all of mankind. So, let's not forget
Yeah.
about that.
Doomsday stuff, whatever. It's,
Doomsday.
cool.
But,
Yeah.
at least maybe it's a little more urgency now that that potentially exists in Dipper. Or was like, well, let's find this journal now. We can maybe trace
Yeah.
back McGucket's timeline, figure this out. And as they leave and, go back to their day to day, drop McGucket off, I guess, about back at that junkyard,
Yeah.
we see an interesting moment at the end. And at first, it was unclear if it's McGucket's memory for the first thing we see, but then I realized that it is real time because the first thing we see is this enormous metal, like multi-story type of big metal glowing triangle on a platform. And the center of it is what's glowing. There seems to be some concentric circles, some symbols that we've seen before. And in the center of it, yes, that's glowing. It looks like there's a portal that's swirling like a storm. And this is when I thought it was like maybe a memory of McGucket.
Mm.
Then we realize it's present day because we see
Hmm.
Stan with a notebook taking notes saying it's getting closer. And he vows that no one, and we kind of see a picture as he says this of Mabel and Dipper, and he says, no one will get in my way. And that's the end.
Incredible. Incredible.
That's the end. So,
Incredible.
again, we answered some questions, kind of, and we got a lot more, I would say. We
Hmm.
got closer to
But
answering more and got more to add to the list.
true. But I
Mm.
can tell you right now, Grace, and this is a nice teaser for the next 2 weeks, the
Some of
last
these
two
questions to be
episodes of
answered.
this arc, all those questions shall be answered.
Fuck
Every last one of
yes.
them. Will new
Okay.
questions arise? Perhaps, but all of the ones that we have now will be answered.
Again, just like a cult
Hmm.
leader recruiting, beggars can't be choosers.
Exactly. I thought you were going to say, like, just like a cult leader, we keep you on the edge of your seat.
That too. I always
Also
promise
true.
the
Both
answers, but
things.
there's
Yeah.
more. Again, why
Yes.
not both? Why can't both be true at once? And guess what? They can
Exactly.
be, and they are.
And they
So,
are incredible.
yes.
Great job. I love
Thank
it. And
you.
I'm so, so glad that you did this because you were right. It perfectly leads into our last two
Yes.
episodes.
Yes, I'm
Perfectly
very
does.
excited.
Hmm.
So, Alexis, between now and next week, for your first part of your two-parter, who should our listeners and
Hmm.
viewers tell about this show?
I think you should tell a diner waitress.
Oh, nice.
Hmm. Or,
Nice,
any,
nice, nice.
any mom and pop restaurant that you got in your community,
Yeah.
go help them out, support them, make sure none of them have been kidnapped by any strange
Yeah.
cults
Double
recently,
check.
and just, tell them about this podcast. Yeah,
Wow.
who should they tell after that?
Amazing. I think after that, you should tell a physicist. Seems like that's what
Oh,
McGucket was. He had some background in that, perhaps, and
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
let them know. Love to hear about what they think of these triangle portals and all everything else, well, weird shit we've seen in here.
What so if Gravity Falls is like an anomaly, what's going on here?
Yeah,
Give us
let
some
us know.
answers.
Yes,
Do your
exactly.
physics stuff.
Do your mathy physics numbers.
Yeah.
And until next week, then. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.